We just have to agree on the right things. I don't care if you're Muslim or Christian. I don't care if you're Rasta or Jehovah's Witness. I don't care if you're Nation of Islam or Pan-Africanist. I don't care if you are a socialist or an integrationist. All of us need a place to live. All of
Oh, you say you can, oh, your words dear. All right. Don't say nothing, man. Not true, you're dead, I need. I mean, you know nothing still. You know what I mean? Not true, you used to live there, or you was living in the United States, means you know nothing. You know what I mean? Our people infamous for talking things with them don't know. All right, I know you show me the same thing. All right, hold on. Let me refresh this.
We just have to agree on the right things.
Let me know if I
don't care if you're Muslim or Christian. I don't care if you're Rasta or Jehovah's Witness. I don't care if you're Nation of Islam or Pan-Africanist. I don't care if you are a socialist or an integrationist. All of us need a place to live. All of us need food, clothing, and shelter. All of our children have to be educated. I enjoyed my visit earlier today to Haile Selassie High School. I enjoyed my visit earlier today to the I.S.U.P.K grade school. But it hurts me to walk into a school in Jamaica and to know that our children are not being prepared to compete with the Chinese on the global stage. It hurts my heart to talk to our children, knowing that they're not being prepared to compete with the Arabs and the East Indians on the world stage. It's not the fault of their teachers.
That is what the I.S.U.P.K has been talking for years. Years. You see, all of them talking about black people need to separate. Remember, you know, once upon a time we come out on the street and attack and I tell black people to separate from the oppressor and the other nations. I hate speech, them say we are preaching, you know. They must say, yeah, preach too much hate. Too much hate in our heart, and to this day we still get that. But look here now. Our same argument them, brethren, at this them so-called black leaders here are come with. And we are sure because we are making to know where them arguments originate from. You understand? And we need to come to the source and stop fall for them snake oil salesman. Yeah, we are tricking with nice speech. You understand? Tricking with nice speech and run behind them, brother. Yeah. And we will show you, say, yo, them man, yo, a joke of them man still, you know. Them man not have the discipline to lead black people. You understand? But we'll continue to play that tape here.
It is not the fault of their principal. They're doing the best job that they can. But it is time for the government of Jamaica to drag the educational system that our children are subject to in the 21st century. Any educational system that does not prepare African children in the art and culture of acquiring power, overthrowing white supremacy, and reestablishing an African world order is an education that is designed to fail us. The first of all goals of a truly independent African-centered education must be the liberation of African people. It must be that. If we don't teach our children freedom, there will be no freedom. If we don't teach our children independence, there will be no independence. As Pan-Africanists, we believe all African people are one family. As Pan-Africanists...
All right, so in believe in the African things, in, and we have video upon this page, and we have classes show you that we are not Africans. The Africans sell us into slavery, and we have apologies from Africans on behalf of them foreparents for selling us into slavery. You understand? And we are not the same people. And that we've been a try to tell our people, say, yo, Africans were not selling Africans into slavery. See? Africans were selling people who migrated into the land of Africa and was living on the west coast of Africa. These were not native Africans. You understand? Is either Umar Johnson don't know that or don't care for know, or somebody behind Umar Johnson are pushing with an agenda, because they would all want us to think that we and the Africans are the same. You understand? To keep us in a state of confusion, because the Africans cannot relate to us. And it is clear based upon our behavior, with talents and everything where we have, we're different from the African them completely. We serve 400 years of slavery and we're much more advanced culturally than the Africans them. Different spirit in a way. The Africans them have to steal from us. How that? I thought we were the same people. Well, let me continue playing this.
We don't want to beg the white man or the Chinese. We believe we can do it our own. We can do it ourselves. Did Mao Zedong of China do it? Did not Mao Zedong study the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey? In studying Garvey, Mao Zedong of China took Garveyism and he started a cultural revolution. He made the Chinese people fall in love with being Chinese. Didn't Ho Chi Minh did it? Ho Chi Minh came to the Garvey meetings in New York City, went back to Vietnam and liberated Vietnam with Garveyism. Jamaica may be owned by another race. You don't want it, and I don't want it. One of the things I want to come back to Jamaica and do is I want to bring your brothers and sisters from America and your brothers and sisters from Canada and some of our Pan-African brothers from Central and South America.
Yeah, so now we know the agenda. They really want to turn Jamaica in a Pan-African state. You know what I mean? In a way, Jamaican kind of switch over to that because now our people say Rastafariism a joke. You know what I mean? You can thank the I.S.U.P.K Jamaica for that. We show up we show up Rastafariism and show you say it's a joke. You understand? We do that. You know what I mean? Under commanding General Yahanna. We do that. Because the weed smoking and the high-minded mentality where we have, we couldn't realize it by our own. If it wasn't for the I.S.U.P.K, we could see it for Rastafariism for what it is. So, you know what I mean? Give we the credit for that. But pre this now, them smell like they know, the Pan-Africanism. Them see what I go on. Them see say, yo, Rastafariism weak in a Jamaica, you know. Them need substitute right now. Them need something with little more knowledge base. Because Rasta not no knowledge, you know. Rasta try mix the Bible with Pan-Africanism. But when we show you say, yo, the Bible is against Africa, you know. Rasta get confounded because them are trying to make Selassie out to be the Messiah in the Bible. So them stuck, so them run. But them don't believe in the Bible. The Pan-Africanism, them born Bible. So now them have a deeper knowledge base now of African foolishness. You understand? Them are capitalized on the weakness of Rastafariism now. So just look forward for more Pan-Africanism forward. But we there to challenge them. Tell Dr. Umar Johnson to come buckle me or Officer Abadawa. And reach out to him. Tell him to come stamp him claim in a Jamaica by buckle. We little uneducated people here. We don't know nothing. Them claim. See? Tell him to come face week. I'm afraid of Captain Tizariak. So since him there in Jamaica, tell him to come face me. And you know, don't tell me every day say me done. So you confirm say me done. Umar Bright, tell him to come face me then. He never do it. Because he knows the Most High is with us. You understand? Yeah, so them are capitalize off of the weakness of Rastafariism right now. See?
Who were enslaved as well. We always forget about South America, they had slavery. We forget about Central America, they had slavery. And we forget that the slavery in South America and Central America lasted longer than the slavery in the Caribbean and in the United States. Don't forget them. They might speak Spanish, they might speak Portuguese, they might speak Dutch, but they're still Africans. We are one family. I want to bring your brothers and sisters.
One second. All right, let me refresh the page. Now, meanwhile, just remember, tap up the screen share on all social media platforms.
We just have to agree on the right things. I don't care if you're Muslim or Christian.
1 second.
I don't care if you rock.
Oh, I know we do this. I know we. On our way. Hold on.
Those drugs that they're putting in our body.
There's a particular part I want to play. I think we'll probably pass it now. Let me see. 1 second.
Drunk in the drug of Western materialism. And what did Garvey say about that?
There's a particular
His
part I want
Excellency,
to
Marcus Messiah Garvey said,
for sure, yeah,
if the black man and woman are not careful, you will drink in all the poison of European civilization and you will die from the effects of it. As long as we allow Caucasians to dictate Jamaican policy.
Here we go.
As long as we allow Chinese to invade Jamaican industry and confiscate Jamaican land, we are disobeying our Lord. When God put us on this earth.
Disobeying our what? Our Lord. Which Lord him talk about? The Most High in the Bible. Because the Most High in the Bible alone them call Lord, you know. We know the Christian church are talk about Lord, you know. Them talk about Jesus and God and, you know what I mean? In the Bible, sometimes it refers to Christ as the Lord and it refers to the Most High as the Lord. So are you telling me that Dr. Umar Johnson is saying that we joining the Chinese and the oppressor is disobeying the Lord of the Bible? Are we teach that? Are we alone say them something there? Are we alone say them thing there? We are talk about. Them boy are hypocrite. And here what? We don't need to stop pray how people talk, brethren, and look upon them what them say as opposed to what them believe. Because you know go hear we ever come out and say, you can eat pork. We burn out pork, rude boy. Because what the Bible say, you know, if you eat pork. See, we're consistent with what we say. You understand? But them not consistent in them word. Them will say anything forget your support. All right, you think we could come out and say a bag of things on like for here? Every day on the come on the social media and burn we out. And we not say nothing wrong. Every day on the come and burn we out because we not change the stance. You understand? We not change what we teach. We not change up the Bible to please nobody like the Christian church. See? So we always have to come on a buckle. And we build for the buckle. So we train. You understand? In the I.S.U.P.K, we build for buckle. You understand? Because we know say, yo, once we do that work here, it's buckle. Them no buckle nobody, man. Them just change up the words them and deceive you. You understand? But we stand on where we believe. And we're proud of that. You understand? We not change that. Let me play back with the man say a while ago.
As long as we allow Chinese to invade Jamaican industry and confiscate Jamaican land, we are disobeying our Lord. When God put us on this earth, God made us sovereign.
He might talk about God. Umar Johnson don't believe in a God. Umar Johnson believe in the four parents, in your ancestors, your dead ancestors. That's the way Umar Johnson believe in. But Umar Johnson coming to Jamaica and talking about God, he know that will get the attention of Jamaicans because Jamaicans believe in a God. You understand? We now go in our country knowing that them believe in a Christianity and tell them say Jesus is God. Because we know the Bible don't say Jesus is God. We now go change up the thing for nothing. That's the way you want in leaders, integrity. This way Umar Johnson I show you right now is what you call a lack of integrity. Andrew Holness would do the same thing. Mark Golding would do the same thing. You understand? And that is why we try to tell you, don't fall in love with how people talk. When I get deceived and then regurgitate the same everywhere them talk and sound just as stupid and think they as them and lack of integrity like them. When sound just as corrupt. When I repeat them foolishness. That's why we tell you, just humble yourself, no man. Come to class, come learn why we take such a strong stance. Why we put our neck on the line for this. You think we are fool? If we are fool, why them not come back we then? Because they know we're not fool. You understand? Them know the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general, Yahanna, is nothing for ramp with. You understand? We continue play. I play a little more of this and then I go jump to. You know what I mean? This
Black men and women were the only people on this planet for 250,000 years old. And because we did not study the white man before we let the white man into Africa, we suffered for it. Because we
all right, I didn't know history. The white man enter West Africa with so much bush. The white man did not invade Africa. The white man join up with the Africans them and get we out, because for thousands of years, from the time of the Roman persecution, them are persecute we, so them know we're down in Africa. The oppressor give the Africans them guns. These are new weapons now during these times. Guns, things that we can fire from afar. You understand? Different from bow and arrow. Then these were more effective. That is what the Africans then used to overthrow we in the west coast of Africa. You understand? It was Africans teaming up with our slave masters. And the Africans were even selling us. They enslaved enough of us and the Arabs. All right. So now in the conscious community, there is such a thing as the conscious. What I call it now? The conscious stripper. You know what I mean? I don't remember how much years ago. Probably 4 years ago. Correct me upon this. There was a scandal between Umar Johnson and one prostitute who him fall in love with, and she bust out him secret. You understand? Say, yo, if the money we not donate to him for build the school, he might use it to make she live her best life. And she was a prostitute, she was a go-go. And him know, I'm going to admit, say him know. Remember, like this video, share on our social media platform. We're going to play a little bit of the woman. We couldn't find the video with she confess it. It looked like she take it down. But him going to address the situation and thing in the next video. So just, you know what I mean? Like up the class and share it around and leave the questions in the chat. You understand?
Hey you guys, I'm back. Kind of rainy today, but it's still nice out. I did a video yesterday, and a lot of people are wondering why I didn't touch on a lot of the other issues to basically shut.
So this woman is the conscious stripper. For some reason in the conscious community, you can have such a thing as a conscious stripper. You understand? The Bible said that we should not make our daughters be or we should not. We'll jump to them scripture there. See? But in the conscious community, yeah. Well, let me answer that question. Let me just tell you a while ago. Here is a brother now say, I hate you, I bring. That me I tell you, man, when we touch the street and we teach and all them things, that is the same thing when we tell you, say, I hate we I bring. That me I try to show you. That me I try to show you. But anyway, for some reason, in the conscious community, there is such a thing as a conscious stripper. Meaning, in the conscious community, a woman can be a whore. In the conscious community, a woman can be a queen and depend on the pole. This woman named the conscious, them call her the conscious stripper. See, she was on the pole while Dr. Umar Johnson in a relationship with her. And according to him, it seemed like him did really genuinely in a relationship with her. You understand? You understand? So, there you can, so in the conscious community, the pro-black, when we say the conscious community, we are talking the people, then we are talking about Africa this and Africa that. So you can have a woman where preach consciousness and she's a queen, but she's a whore. There's no such thing should be happening in our community. A whore, being a whore is a sin according to the Bible. A whore don't raise good children. You understand? How can you build a nation and your woman is a whore? But these are the things that the conscious community makes slide. And Dr. Umar Johnson, while he was asking for your donation to build these schools, he did a sleep with us with a whore. And we all know Dr. Umar Johnson is a man who can't control himself. We all know the famous TikTok meme when he say, you got to stay focused, brothers. Whenever I see a tickers part, he made chip. You understand? Dr. Umar Johnson on a discipline, brother. When have you ever hear commanding general Yahanna mix up with some kind of whoredom or some folly? Never. You're not going to hear that because we follow the Bible in the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? That is the difference. These conscious leaders don't have any guide. Them just make up shit along the line. Them just make it up as them go on. And they manipulate it just like the Christian pastor and get your money. And for you niggas out there will love to hear man speak well just like a bitch. Uno get tricked too. Uno get fooled because uno just like a prostitute. Uno can be pimped. Cause uno a bitch. You understand? That's why we are trying to show you some militancy, brother. We are trying to show you, say, yo, don't fall for how people talk. Uno hear we cuss with two bad with them, and uno hear we talk like street. And uno say, can't follow the youth there, no. No, uno too stupid. You need to cut that crap out. Stop praying like the Christian, like a Christian-minded person. You understand? We need to see things for what it really is. Look for integrity in people. You understand? That is what you look for. And Umar Johnson, no integrity. You understand?
This whole scandal thing down once and for all. And that's definitely in the works. This wasn't the platform that I had chosen to do it on, so it's definitely in the works. But what I wanted to tell you all is that for me and what I expected was to just give you guys the information that you did not know and let you choose what you want to do with the information. Not to tell you what to do. I'm not telling you who to follow. You should do this and you should do that. You are an adult with a mature, intelligent mind, and you're very capable of making decisions for yourself. You do not need me to tell you that. So that's the assumption that I was operating off of, and that was my whole intent, to just put it out there, and let the people.
All right. So we're going to jump to, we can't play the whole of this at 9 minutes. We're going to jump to the video, Umar Johnson now, you know what I mean, rebutting what she said, you know what I mean? And even if I'm right, you see, even if she a tell lie upon him, and she a say, because basically what she a say, is him use the money to fly her out, the same money where we donate to her, you know what I mean, and spend on she, that she a say. But him a said nothing like that. Him did really in love with her. But me a say, brother, oh, you fall in love with a prostitute. Oh, you fall in love with a whore. As a leader of black people, you say you have the answers for black people. Oh, you fall in love with a whore, brother. You still fall short. So we're going to play that now. You know what I mean? Remember, tap up the screen and share on our social media platform. We're going to play a little more of you Umar Johnson rebuttal. You understand? We might play about 7 minutes side.
It did kind of throw me a little bit because I wasn't familiar with that, and I had never dated a sister who was into that profession. But I did not come to a decision as to what I wanted to do with this very new, very recent relationship. I went to a graduation in Atlanta, Georgia on May 17th, 2015. I'll never forget it. I went to a young sister I know was graduating from Spelman. A young sister I know was graduating from Spelman. I knew her mom, her dad. They like family to me. I was not dating a young sister. She was too young for me. She was graduating from undergrad. I was friends with the whole family. They invited me to the graduation because I was speaking at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. This was May 17th, 2015. I remember the date because it's the anniversary of the 1954 Supreme Court Brown versus Board of Education Supreme Court decision, right? I think that the young lady who I had met in Fort Lauderdale at the Rasta Garvey celebration, who had come back to Philadelphia, which was also her hometown, she saw me post pictures. She saw me post pictures of me and the young lady and her family at the Spelman graduation in Atlanta. And I think she thought that because she had confessed to me about what her nighttime career was, that I had dropped her without any notice. I think she thought I had dropped her without any notice and had picked up this young Spelman graduate.
Hey, yo, me can't take that brother serious, you know. Umar Johnson just look like a one, like, yo. All right, he was say, boy, he never had a talk to the young Spelman graduate, but the way him move, yeah, more likely him to talk to she too. You know what I mean? Anyway, all right, so him basically I say, the woman get the impression, say, because him tell her, say, she tell him, say, she a stripper, him have a left her, so she bust out the secret then. You know, where she get secret from for bust out? You know what I mean? If it's just a one thing which is wrong anyway, or she so attached to you now, you understand? Which means you didn't have a relationship with her. That's why we in the I.S.U.P.K, we have the 6-month rule. You understand? Which is necessary. Meaning, you don't talk to a sister for 6 months. You understand? After that 6 months, you get permission to court the sister. 6 months, you can't touch the sister, you can't have sex with the sister. You can talk now. See? So you can get, you know what I mean, permission for marry. So get to know each other, and after 6 months, you get permission for marry. You understand? We're going to read it at the end of the class, it in our security announcements. You understand? That way, you don't come together with a sister, find out that this sister has an husband after you have sex with her. Find out that this woman up on the pole, although, you know what I mean, the way things set in at the I.S.U.P.K, a sister now is either she stop the pole dancing and circling at the truth, or she just have to leave the truth because she now feel comfortable. You understand? So, you're now going to end up